this. Okay, I'm going to go to speaker view. So you guys must just mute yourselves all, please. Just make sure you guys are all muted. And then I'm recording, so yes. So I've learned this from one of the mentors. He taught me a couple of things, but the one thing that he taught me, and I realized later on that that's the way I've always been, you know. But I then consciously got aware of this fact, you know, that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Now, I'm not fond of this character who taught me this anymore. At a stage, I was quite fond of him. But this really struck home for me because, you know, I just look on a daily basis. I look when I drive to work, you know, and I see people, well, I see it every day. And I must actually say the 5 weeks that I was 6 weeks, I was 6 weeks at home in lockdown because my lockdown started a week earlier. That was probably the most calm I've ever been in my life because I wasn't on the roads, I wasn't driving, because I cannot believe that people pass on white lines, people go through traffic lights, people don't stop at stop streets. Because that's rules that's been put out there to keep us safe, you know, and then some people just ignore it. Now, and that's why I say that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you don't have respect for that, you know, it's just how it is. If I ask you guys later on, one or two of you guys to just quickly give us a feedback of this afternoon's meeting. I couldn't attend it myself because they block us at work. We can't you know, go into Zoom. Our servers block it, so I couldn't attend the meeting. But this meeting is about MTI. So what I actually want to say is I don't have a presentation. I'm not going to go through a presentation because I get lost in everything in any case, and then sometimes I would speak about something and then that thing comes up later, you know, that clip or that slide comes up later. So I just talk out of my heart. So let's go for this. So what we have is new. I see. I think I'm recording you. I'm not sure because I can see you. I don't know if I don't know the settings. If I'm recording you, but okay, it's fine. Quick background about myself. I'm in my early 50s, I'm 51 years old, and about 6 years ago, I realized that I need something more from life. I think all of us, if we just, you know, be honest with ourselves, we will be, if we're honest with ourselves, we will realize that our souls wants to be free. We are not created to be overruled or ruled by other people. And then if we look at the E quadrant, so Robert Kiyosaki, he's got this E quadrant, S quadrant, he calls it the cash flow quadrant. On the left top side, he's got the E quadrant, which is the employee quadrant. Now, when you operate in that quadrant, you earn linear income because you can only do so much in a day and you get paid for what you do. And you also get paid for the type of skills that you have. The more skills you have, so let's say a person that has more than one skill, that's double skilled, like an electromechanic or something like that, will get more money than just an electrician and so on. So it's also about the skills. But in this E quadrant, you can only get so much income from the time that you sell for money. The same with the S quadrant. So he's got on the left bottom, he's got the S. The S stands for self-employed or small businesses. Same story. You will have to sell your time for money. That's the thing. So about 5, 6 years ago, I realized that, you know, just from working for a company and relying on that single income, that will never be enough. If you just look at what happens to the spending power of our money, we see that we're looking at about a household inflation of between 20 and 30% a year. if you just like, let's be conservative and we say it's 20, every 5 years, the buying power of our money halves. Okay, so if you don't get increase in a year more than what the inflation rate goes up, you are just slowly but surely starting to fall behind. And when you get to this age of 60, 65, you need to retire, and now you've been in this model of earning money from this E or S quadrant, and you maybe thought that the B and the I quadrant, which is the investors and business owners quadrants, are too far. You can't operate there, and you always operated on this E or S for 40 years. Then you need to go on pension at age 65, maybe 60. The company will tell you, listen, we're done with you. You must now go and make space for someone else. Then you end up, guys, just mute yourself, please. Just mute yourselves. Then you end up with a problem because your buying power goes down. You stop getting increases for what it's worth. And then what you've got left, you will still have about 20 or 30 years left to live. Let's say at age 60, you go on pension. Maybe you live to 80. You need to provide for that other 20 years. And most pensioners, and I've seen this in my own personal life with my parents and my wife's parents, that they just don't have enough anymore to go by. They would go out at age 60 or 65, go on pension. If you see again, they start with this little jobbies, small jobs to just get a bit of more money, because they realized as you're getting older, your life gets more expensive because of medical. And so I don't want to labor this point. The thing is with this business model that I'm going to explain now is that you and I have an opportunity where we can maximize our income. We can start to leverage income. If you can have a system that grows your money faster than what inflation grows, that what inflation grows, but I mean, maybe it's not the right terminology, but you get what I'm trying to say. If you can earn money or grow your investment faster than what inflation can take from it, then you will start to get ahead. And that's the whole idea behind this business system that we have. Okay, so that being said, I looked for something and we found some stuff. So we started in this marketing businesses where we're looking for clients that can buy a facial cream or a lotion or a potion or a pill from you every month. And then they just do it for the first month. The second month, you go and need to get a new person to buy something. And it's always a constant recruiting. And I just got at a time and space in my life where I was just fed up for recruiting all the time. Because all these business type of things, these kinds of businesses, they sell it to you by telling you, now you're going to build a passive income. Okay? So you're going to build a passive income. And out of this passive income, you can now, create for yourself financial freedom. Then you end up signing up for this low barrier of entry. It's like, let's say 5,000 Rand to get into a business like that. And then a month or 2 or 3 down the line, then you realize, but now I've haunted all my friends and family. They don't even want to pick up the phone when I call them. And then you start to realize, oh my goodness, what have I gotten myself into? And then you start looking, then you get desperate and you start looking for new clients. Okay, so I just got fed up with that business model. And I've been in a bunch of them. You can name them. I don't want to name them here because we're recording this and out of respect for people who still are in those businesses. So I was looking for something that can really be, something that I can market, because I like marketing, I like people, I like to change people's lives, but something that I can market, that I can be proud of to market, and something that ticks a few boxes. So the first thing that I like about this business model is the fact that there are no packages. You don't need to buy a specific package with a specific number of a specific amount, okay? So you can start with what you have. So that's a big plus for me. The other thing is, when you go in most of these businesses, when you put your money down, you won't get it back just like that. What you need to do is you need to recruit a bunch of people to get your own money back. That's the first thing. Or you have a boot full of product. So that's something that put me off these things. So in this business model, you don't have stuff like that, and your money is not tied up in a package. So that's the two things that makes it worth looking at. You can start with what you have, with what you can afford, and you are liquid. So, and I will show you guys now in the presentation. Well, when I go live on the website, I will show you that how liquid this opportunity is. Okay, so that is basically that. That's what I wanted to say. I found this company. I fell in love with this company a year ago, and I'm going to explain more about the company just now. Before I do that, I just want Neil, I want Neil to give us a short testimony about this company. The company's name is MTI. The name is actually Mirror Trading International, but we just refer to them as MTI. Okay, so Neil, if you don't mind, will you give us a quick half an hour presentation of MTI, please? No, I'm just joking. Just give us a quick testimony from your side, because last year, I just want to tell you guys that Neil's been with me for quite a while, for about 3 years, Neil, around about there. And I introduced him to MTI last year in, I think, winter.
Yeah, it was May, June.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Umfrana. Hi, guys. My name is Neil. I'm also from Middelburg. As Umfrana said, we've been together. We haven't been together. We've been working together for the last, say, 3 years. He introduced me to MTI last year, May, June. As my rich dad, because of all the lessons he's taught me, all the things he's taught me in this whole crypto space and investment parts. I've learned a lot from him and Nico as well. And the thing that you do when you start an investment, you start small. We don't take big steps, big risks. And I just put in my $250 at the time. I think that time the dollar was about 14 Rand for $1. And I just wanted to get my initial investment back of $250, and then I would be risk-free in the business. And I got a friend in, and I got a friend in, and I got a colleague in, and I saw the results, and things started getting better and better, and Bitcoin was still around, and I was just so happy with the company, with their profits, with the performance. When you wake up in the morning, you get the results of the previous day's trading results. This company has just done so much for me over the last, say, about a year already. And I can't convince anybody to say it's the best company in the world. But this company gives you your second, third, and fourth income. You get paid every single Saturday. You basically get paid every day with the trading results. Your Bitcoin grows every day from Monday to Friday. It's in dollars, so that's another plus point. I'm not a recruiter. I'm not a good business builder. I have learned a lot. So I just got my 19 friends and family into the business, and today my business is standing at about 144 people, of people I don't even know of. And MTI has just got that potential where people come in because it's such a good, or such a transparent company. Everything is so clear of this company. And so, yeah, I don't know if you guys know that binary bonuses work, but every Saturday we get binary bonus of the volume in your business. And with about 144 people in my business, I've already replaced my full-time income with MTI. So, Frana, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity that you brought me in a year ago. Like I said, I'm not in it for the networking or the recruiting part, but I think MTI has got the potential to help a lot of households, especially in times like today, where people have lost their incomes, people are losing their jobs. It's going Vicky Brookskeer out there. I think that this is a platform that can help a lot of people, but I want to say thank you to you. And to those that haven't been in this company yet, I suggest take a look at it. Start small. Start with this company. I think you'll be smiling in the next 6 months to a year. It really has changed my life a lot. Thank you for now.
Thanks Neil, baie dankie hoor, ek waardeer dit en dankie vir die mooi woorde. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you and the business that you've built. You say you're not a recruiter, but I've seen how your business grows and grows and grows. But I also want to thank you, Neil. Thank you very much. So I just want to tell you guys that we're not going to talk business tonight, okay? We're not going to talk business. So we're going out from the standpoint that you will never tell anybody about MTI. You will just get involved and you will start with an investment of your own, and you will never tell a soul about it. Because that's what I will focus on. And when we're done, the guys that want to stay on for the business side of it, I'll do some presentations on that also. Okay. So thank you for that, Neil. So yes, we're going to talk about MTI, which is Mirror Trading International. We had a call this afternoon. Johan Steinberg, who is the owner, the CEO and founder, and obviously the owner of MTI, he had a call this afternoon. So Johan, he's stationed in Polokwane. We've got 3 offices in South Africa, MTI offices. How many people did you say are working for us, Marianne? I say for us. You see, I'm already in love with this company. I'm talking about us, you know. Around about 40, 45 people, okay? That's working for MTI. And the company was established in last year in April. And we trade in Forex, which is the biggest market. I've got a Forex expert on this call tonight, which I will introduce to you guys a bit later on. I'm quite excited about introducing him. But this Forex market is a $5 trillion US market, you know, and we are in that market. And in that market, we are trading and we are making profits on a daily basis. Currently, we're looking at about 10% a month of the history of what we have, and that's basically that. Some of you guys asked me after last week for a formal presentation about the company. As I said, I'm not a formal guy for stuff like that, but what I will do is I'll do a video presentation of that, and I'll upload it on YouTube, and through all of the leaders and so on through the business system, I'll send out that link, and you guys are then welcome to have a look at that, because some of you asked me for something, but to show to your prospects. But I would suggest that why don't you just go to let's put it like this. I'm not going to do that. Let's retract that. I'm not going to do a presentation or a formal thing. I would suggest that if you invested like only $10 in this company, go to the YouTube channel, go and join the YouTube channel. There you will get all the information and stuff you will need. There are videos that you can send to your friends and families and people you want to prospect into this, and you are welcome to use that videos. That's why they are there for. Okay, so I'm not going to do that video. I just decided that. So cool. Okay, before I go into the company, I'm going to go into that just now. I just want to see here, Chris. I'm looking for Chris Nordman if he's on the call. I want him to just give us a quick.
Hi, Frana.
Chris, there you are. Yes, okay, there you are on the grid. Yes, how are you, Chris?
Well, thanks, and you, buddy.
Cool, man, cool. Guys, so Chris, I signed Chris on about, yes, Chris, what's it, so 3 months ago?
Yeah, 3.5 months about.
Yes. Can you just give us a quick testimony of your experience with MTI?
Yes, man. Yeah, I was quite skeptical at first. Anything to do with Bitcoin and forex trading was a bit of a dark side. I didn't understand how it worked at all. And yeah, that changed quickly once I met you, and we had a chat for about 15 minutes. And I saw what MTI could do. I joined the company with a small investment of $200. At that stage, it was about $3,000. And yeah, now for the first time in my life, I actually have some savings. If you look at all the economists and financial advisors, and these folks all tell us we must try and save up and have 6 months' salary as an emergency fund. But there's hardly anybody on this planet that can actually do it. And in basically 3.5 to 4 months, I'm well on my way to that. And yeah, it's quite a nice feeling to know that with MTI, it's a real, legit, honest company. It changed my life, my family members as well. And yeah, it's a real passive income. And I feel we all deserve a financial freedom. And with MTI, it's a real possibility and reality.
Awesome, Chris. Thank you very much. Thanks. Appreciate
Thanks,
you
man.
being on the call, and thanks for doing this for me. Thank you very much. I would say doing this for me, I mean doing this for our community. Thank you very much. So, guys, I'm going to share my screen now with you, and I'm going to show you what we have in MTI. Okay. Let's go in here, and I'm just going to quickly log in here. I'm going to log into a pure investment account. So from the standpoint, I want you guys to understand that what you are going to see now is pure investment. This account never recruited any person. It never signed on a person. You will see just now. So this is an account that I opened for my parents and my in-law parents. Last week they said it's outlaws. They made a joke with me. My in-laws, so it's my wife's parents and my parents. So I opened this account for them, just to be able to, support them in a better way. The more I can support them, why not? So this account was opened on my mom's name. So you'll see her name just now, I think. I don't know. I see my internet is very slow, so sorry for that. If you guys can just maybe put your video feeds off, it will help. I see everything is slow. Okay, so if you look at this account, so this account, first of all, if you look at this account, those of you guys that builds business with us, you will realize that this account is just a sign up. This account never went binary active. So this is just a pure investment account, okay? Pure investment account. So I'm going to show you guys just for the proof that when we started this account was on the 6th. The first profits was given on this, or paid out on the 6th of December of last year. Let's just go here. So if you look at this last entry here, 0.00331. At the time, it was about $250 when I put this in. So it was around about the price that we are at now, the value of Bitcoin, around about here, or I think a bit lower. This was then in December. I opened this account. I put in $250. Okay, but we're not going to talk dollars. So if you look at the presentations on YouTube and so on, you will see that we trade the forex market, but our money in our base currency is Bitcoin. Okay, and I understood that this afternoon Johan spoke about that. Marianne, he spoke about why it's in Bitcoin and the reason it's in Bitcoin, and he gave all of that through. I still need to watch the recording if they send it out. So I'm not going to go into the detail, but the thing is, you will put Bitcoin in. So I'm going to refer to Bitcoin the same as when we talk later on. We'll talk about US dollar when we talk about our new product. So it's the base currency. That is the money that you put into your investment. And when you withdraw it, you will withdraw Bitcoin again. Okay. So on the site where it trades and so on, I don't know the specifics on how that works. I just know that I get my profits on a daily basis, and I can come into this back office. We call this a back office or your online profile, and I can come and check this out. Okay. I want to see, Mary Ann, kan ek bietjie water? Sorry guys. 0.331 is what I started with this account. Okay, so let me show you guys this. I've got this actual spreadsheet. So that is when we started on the 6th of December with 0.331 Bitcoin. Okay, and then if we look at the growth of this account, we have a total trading bonus of 0.0243. Okay, 0.0243. I'm just going to use the first 4 digits. Okay, so that is the current balance, and that was up until yesterday, the 13th. Okay, so what happened with this account? If you look at the growth here, that was the deposit, that was the trading returns, and this is then the balance today, and that is a growth, a balance. The balance grew with 73.4% in 5.2 months. That's basically, let's say 5.2. So that's five in about a week. Okay. So let's just say 5 months. So in 5 months, this is the growth. And if you then go and work this back to what you get in a month, in other words, this will then include the compound in there. So let me just hover over this. I want you guys to really understand what happens here. The system automatically compounds because today's trading result is added onto your balance. Okay, so as you can see here, that was the starting balance. That was the amount, the trading bonus. In other words, the return of that percentage of that gave us this return. And then that is the new balance. So if you see that balance is then carried over to the next day. So its return, this return is now on the new balance. So just understand that this is automatically compounded. If you then look at the auto compounding that's in the system, and you then just take the growth, divide by the months, you're looking at 14% a month. That's the current history of this account. Now, this can come down, this can go up. There are no guarantees in life. As I said last week, only death and taxes are guaranteed. And if I can pay less on the last one, I'll gladly, look at legal ways to do that. But there are no guarantees, and MTI will not guarantee you 5% a month or 10% a month or whatever ridiculous figure it is. So if someone comes to you and they guarantee something, then I want to tell you, like that girl said for Forrest Gump, run, Forrest, run. Because if they start to guarantee stuff, you must know there's something wrong. And I think later on when we talk about the new product, you will also realize that from the person I will invite to speak on later, I will introduce. Okay, so I hope you guys understand that. So if you just look at what we have here with this compounding effect, it means that if I just take the calculator, take 100 and I divide it by this 14, it gives me seven months. Okay, so this means if the trading results stay as it is, if everything stays as it is, this account should be able to double itself in about 7.14 weeks. You guys agree with me? In about 7 months, not weeks, 7 months and a week, this account should be doubled. And if you look at the trend here, it looks like it will work out like that. Okay, so I just want to take a sip of water. Just hang on. Okay. If you guys have questions, please pop it in the chat box for us. When I introduce the other speaker later on, I'll go through that real quick. Or if Nico is on the call, I haven't seen yet. Nico, just answer some of those questions so long. And if there are some questions that you think is important, for the whole group, we'll cover it at the end. Okay. So guys, this is a pure trading account. If you then look at this compounding effect, I mean, that is something huge. In dollar values, if you look at the dollar value now, currently we're on about, what is it? I see the internet is very slow tonight. Sure. This is ridiculously slow. This is like 1940 internet. 96. Okay, so 96. If you want to compare 9657, compare the dollar, then you'll see that, you know, equivalent. It is as if you would have put in 320. Now it's done on 554. That's a profit of 235. But remember, we're not talking dollars, we're talking Bitcoin. So that's the growth of your Bitcoin. Okay, so that's that for that specific thing. I don't know if you guys have any questions. I think let's quickly have the floor open if you guys have any questions. Nico, can you see any questions that I need to answer? Can I just go through this real quick?
Nothing from the chat box.
Okay. I see someone. Yes, I am recording, guys. I am recording. So yes, I'll send the recording out later. I'll load it onto YouTube and I'll supply the link to you guys. Those of you guys who can't be on would obviously not hear me. Okay. So if there are no questions, that's basically that. You know, that's MTI in a nutshell. I can really go on for like long. You know, I can talk about MTI for. I can go into all kinds of stuff. I think if you understand the basics, that if you put your Bitcoin in, it gets traded, and then when it gets traded, you get your returns, and that's a way to grow your Bitcoin. Okay, so that is basically that. What I'm gonna do now, I just want to quickly stop sharing. What I want to do before we go, guys, I want to show you guys this. So let's. I've got this. Sorry, I just realized I want to show you something else. I've been tracking this from when we started. So we started this in August of last year. What you guys just saw now, the website and everything you saw just now, is all the data from the 12th of August of last year. Although I said that MTI started in April, so we didn't have the website. We had traders that traded for us. We didn't have the EA that traded for us. So if we just go into the basic stuff of MTI, we've got an EA, expert advisor, that trades on our behalf on the FX Choice, is the broker company where all the trading takes place. And this EA, if you just look at EA, and we're going to talk about EAs just now, more in detail about the advantages of EAs. So this EA trades micro trade. So if you just go and have a look here at the report, I just want to show you how this looks. So if you just look at the previous day's report, you will see then that there's trades here. I can go and count them, but I'm going to be busy counting this. If you just look at that, so we have 8 major currency pairs, and when you pair them against each other, you get 28. We've got 8 major fiat currencies, and if you pair them, we've got 28 currency pairs. Okay, so that's how that works, and then they are traded against each other. As now, I know there are traders on here, and I might be wrong with how I understand it, but this is how I understand it. It's money that's been traded for money. So someone wants to sell his euros for dollars, and then there's a market for that. You know, there's a vraag en aanbod. Wat is dit nou in Engels, man? Demand. Anyway.
Supply and demand.
Supply and demand. Supply and demand. Thank you. Supply and demand. When there's a supply and demand, then there's a difference in price. So that difference can be seen on a chart, can be analyzed, and that difference can be traded up or down. Now, that up and down is what you see here. So I mean, that's a profit. That's a loss. You know, you'll make your losses. But overall, this is the trades that's been done on this account yesterday. And that's the timestamp. That's everything that happened on this trading account yesterday. And you can just go and see the up until 12 o'clock, just before 12. And then that is then the profit for the day. Now, before you guys jump off your chairs, this is not dollars that you see here. This is bits, okay? So 1 million bits is 1 Bitcoin. So this is 0, what's that? 4 zeros, 259. That's the amount of Bitcoin profit for the day. Remember, our base currency is Bitcoin. Okay, this is trades that's still open. So this is then just the summary for the day. That's the ledger balance. That's the profit for the day, the new balance, and then that's the gross profit of the company. And then we as investor traders, as investors, we get 40% of that. So that's where this comes from. And then you will see then if you take that, this is 40% of that. That's your trade for the day. And then this is just a summary of what the actual balance is, your actual Bitcoin balance, your dollar value when there's the day closed, and of course the specific Bitcoin value. Okay, I needed to show that to you guys. That's where you can see your trades. Now I've been tracking this since we started with this, what I said now with this website and stuff, and this is then the profit, the trading profits per day percentage, okay, and that's for the week, and that's the week total. So if you look at this, then about 22 days in, I started to track the 22-day total. You know, so there we were at 13.6% for a month. So if I say 22 days, Forex only works Monday to Friday. So that's basically about 22 days per month, business days. Okay, so that's, in other words, that's 13.6% for the month. And as it goes on, so I'll just go to the top now. I've been tracking this, so I'm still tracking it every single day. I update this sheet. So currently, we're standing at about 10% for the month. Okay, that's straight interest. So to put that in perspective, if you've got $10,000 in your trading fund, it means that you can then expect about $1,000 a month of profit that you can withdraw if you want to do that. If you do, however, leave your money there, I showed you guys that 14%, which is then at a compounded interest. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. And so I've been tracking this. If you look at the all-time average, we're looking at 0.532% per trading day average since the 12th of August. So this is the history. This is what we have. I've also been tracking this. This is the dollar value from when we started. And currently, the average for this time period of, what's the 6, 7, 8, 9 months is 15.73 average. And I'm also updating the Bitcoin value every day. Now, up until yesterday, I still need to put today's value I'll put in tomorrow, because I will have the correct value there. So this is the average. If you then take the average here straight through from when we started up till now, we're looking at an average Bitcoin value of 8.2. I want to use these two figures. I want to show you guys what will happen if you start to have an investor's mindset. So most people repel money. If they get it, then there's reasons why they need to pay this one, that one. You know, the first person who takes money from you is the government, because you don't even have a choice. If you work in the E quadrant or the S quadrant, the first thing they take off is your taxes. You know, so you don't even have a say about that. So who are we working really for? That's a question. And if you look then at what people spend their money on, I spoke to a guy today at work. He said, "Yeah, I can't believe I have so much money." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You know what? We don't go to the mall, so it's not a coffee and a muffin or a thing, because that's 200 Rand gone, just there. If we walk, you know, we go to eat out once a month, that's money gone. Now we're not doing it. We can't do it. We locked down basically. He said, I said to him, well, I'm saving on my traveling expenses. My cars are full of fuel, and I'm not driving anywhere except when my wife goes to town once a week to buy some, stuff. So yeah, I'm saving that. So, but then you get people that will not save that. They will get a reason why they need to spend that. So you will have one of two mindsets: a money repellent mindset or a money attracting mindset. So if you have a attracting money mindset, you will understand that you will then have an investor's mindset. So an investor's mindset is a mindset where you have an asset that puts money in your pocket, opposed to an asset that takes money out of your pocket. So I read that in Robert Kiyosaki's book. We can go into the philosophy and stuff about that, but I think you guys get what I'm getting at. Let's use as a simple example. I'm going to use these figures, and I just want to show you guys, if you start investing correctly, what you can achieve. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to ask Louis to do us a quick testimony. Then I'm going to tell you guys what the special is that we have currently in our team. And then once I'm done with the special, I'm then going to do an announcement, and I'm going to introduce you to someone that's on the call also tonight. Okay, so just bear with me for a few more minutes. I made this simple spreadsheet here. I saw today on the internet, or someone sent me, I didn't see it myself, someone sent me a link, a YouTube link of guys that made a Excel spreadsheet, and it looks like a phenomenal thing. So just on this disclaimer, and how I'm doing it again, I should have said this to you guys in the beginning. I'm not a financial advisor, so this is my disclaimer. What I'm showing you guys and what I've been sharing with you guys all along since we started is just my experience. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not saying you need to do this. I'm just saying this is what I do, and I'm showing you what I'm doing. So this sheet is just for personal use. Please don't use this sheet to prospect people and promise them something. Please don't do that. Just go and read through that. I have a link out there that people can download this sheet. Let's just go for this. Let's say you decide now that you're going to cancel your DSTV. You're going to put that R1,000 a month into MTI. Okay. I showed you guys that we're looking at a 0.5% a trading day. Okay, so if you then start with R1,000, now obviously if you start with R1,000 and you just have that R1,000 in, and you never put any money into that system ever again, and just rely on the trades, you will then end up with approximately R700,000 after 5 years. Okay, but let's now say you can get your family to join in with you and decide, okay, let's do this. Let's put DSTV's money aside, because in 5 years' time we can have big TVs if that's the thing. Let's say you do that every month. I just want to show you what compounding interest can do for you. Okay, R1,000 a month into MTI with the current historical data that we have, and we forecast this. You're looking at about R7 million that you can save up. Now, Chris, you said more than 6 months of salary. I think this is more than 6 months of salary, and this makes it possible. So those of you that wants this sheet, you can just ask us. I'll give you guys the link to download this. You can go and put in your own figures and stuff. I've checked this with some of my friends to make sure that the calculations and stuff are right. So this is it. Let's just, last thing, if you double your money every 7 months approximately without putting extra money in, let me just show you this. So let's say R1,000. I'm going to go to this website called prev.com. I'm going to go to ZAR. Although I'm fond of them, just for this. $1,000 is 0.00, let's say 0.006. Okay. 0.006. Now, we're not going to see all of this, 0.006. And we're not going to add on to that. If you start off with 1,000 Rand, that will be 0.006 Bitcoin. If you just look at your Bitcoin growth, after 4 years, you will be on 1 Bitcoin. I think here you will be close. Well, 0.3, it's going to be slow because you're not adding every month. Look here, after 5 years, you can sit with 4 Bitcoins. And remember now what we think Bitcoin will be. Let's say Bitcoin stays the same. I mean, then it's that 7 million. If you then add that point, let's say everything stays the same, add the 0.006 every month. Look here, you can sit with, in a year from now, you can have, okay, 0.8, 0.75. 3 years from now, you can almost have 3 Bitcoin. And this is a way for you to grow your Bitcoin. If you start off with more than this, obviously all of this just, amplifies. Okay, so that's basically it. Nico, do we have any chats? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I want to quickly have a look at the chats. Okay, question, let's see so far. I think I've answered that. So this is investment in BTC only. Yes, Chris, that's investment. So money in, I think I answered that. I hope you guys are cool with that. Question, can I open an account for each of my family members, but I pay their contributions? Can I stay the owner of their accounts and manage with withdrawals? Yes, you can. It sounds as if you don't trust your family or you want to build up something from them. No, I don't mean any funny thing about that. I'm just saying. But you can do that. Adele, you can surely do that. If you want to have more information about that, reach out to us and we will explain to you how you can do that to be ethically correct also. Okay, so we will explain that to you. Okay, so that's basically that. I'm looking for Louis. Louis, are you still on the call? Are you here?
No.
Ja, sy.
Sy.
Louis.
Nou, julle. Ja, ek praat nie so mooi Brits soos die ander mense nie. Ek gaan my hardheid probeer.
Okay, go for it. Dankie.
Man, I was looking into Bitcoin. Me and a colleague of mine is on the call tonight, Piet, about 3 years ago. And obviously, we're very scared. They don't know anything about it. Just like Neil was scared to put in money and then just lose it. Daar's so baie goed wat verbykom and the people get hiding from it. And I crossed paths with Franna. We were working together for about a year. And Franna was in my back ear. He was, come and look at this. And I started looking and I started looking and I did homework and I did homework. And I started looking and ek is hierdie kant toe en ek is daai kant toe. En ek is tot vandag toe nog besig om die snack te kry. Wat is MTI se snack? Wat is hulle trick? En hulle het nie 'n trick nie. Hulle wil jou net help. They want to help you to better yourself. They want to help you to better other people. And it's like Franna is always saying, we're changing lives with this. You've got the opportunity to, to grow a business for yourself. And in that, you're growing other people's futures as well. So yeah, that's compounded what I wanted to say, Franna. Thanks for giving the opportunity and opening my eyes and opening my feelers for this. And yeah, dankie Franna.
Okay, Louis, all good. Thank you. Thank you for being on the call. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Guys, any questions from anybody? I want to explain to you guys the special that we have. And then I'm going to introduce to you guys a special person that we will then roll out our new income generating asset. So last week we promised, or we didn't promise. I said I'm not going to promise. So last week we said we're looking at bringing in a new income stream for all of us that anybody can use. Whether you are with us in MTI or not, you will be able to come onto our website. I will show the website just now. and you will be able to join this program from our website, because we have no referral commissions in that. There are no referral links. It's a pure investment program. It's not something that you can market and make money off the marketing. So that's really important. I just want to reiterate that. Okay, so the special that we have, if you join, not if, when, because there's no questions, there were no real questions, so I believe everybody is in. So when you join us with, Nico must just tell me, is it $200 or $250 or more, through one of myself and my team, and obviously the rest of the team, we must be able to track you as in our team from my link downwards. I hope you understand that. Then we will give you 3 months access into Cryptogenesis, which is one of our other companies that we, let's say, promote, where you can do a crypto course on how to trade cryptos. If you can learn how to trade cryptos, you'll be able, charts are charts. You will learn the principles of trading. So that's the special that we have for, I don't know how long. Nico is the owner of this company, so if he decides it's now done, I've got enough learners, then he will stop it. So I don't know. Nico, just tell me, is it 200 or 250? Then we will give you guys access, 3 months access into cryptogenesis.com for 3 months. Yes, Nico, how much?
Yeah, it's $200 or more.
Okay.
So the big idea with this is we want to reward people for investing in themselves, and you invest in yourself by investing in one of these programs that becomes an income generating asset for you. And then we reward that by saying, you know what, come and learn about what trading really is, and learn from a trader who's been in the trading industry for more than 10 years now, and see what it means when we talk about a bull market or a bear market, and see what it is when we talk about the daily chart and all of these things. And feel free to take that information and develop a skill that you can use for the rest of your life, and really show you how simple it is, how simple it can be. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to be opening the doors for everybody on this call tonight, and I hope to see you on the inside. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Nico. Okay, so that's our special, guys. Anybody that puts in, that starts their account with $200 or more will get 3 months access into Cryptogenesis. That's a free account into the membership area. So you will just sign up and just link up with us, and we'll give you that 3 months access. Okay, so that is it. Okay, so now I'm very excited. So last week we said you guys can join this waiting list. If you remember, you can join this waiting list to become part of a new income stream that you can only get from us here at Laptop Lifestyle Secrets investorsclub.com. That's how we also rolled out our new website last week. So this is our website. Anybody can come onto this website. So in future, we still, we've got a phased rollout of everything. So in future, you'll be able to log into the membership area. We'll have a free membership area with basic training on how to do a Bitcoin transaction, how to, a bunch of how to stuffs, how to set up second factor, stuff like that, stuff that is tedious to do, and that once you get the hang of it, you can do it, So, and we'll have the services in here. And currently we only have this one service. We have MTI also. I'm still busy setting up the pages. I'm basically done. So when people come and click here, they'll be able to see information about MTI, but currently they see information about the Forex trading waiting list. So this is the list. So we had about 40 people that joined this list from last week, Thursday. And we said that give us about 14 days to set all of this up. So we set everything up within 7 days, and I'm proud to say tonight that we are ready to roll. We are ready to roll out our new program to anybody. And as I said, it doesn't matter if you're in our MTI team or not, whether you are building on other companies. You can be big in, I'm just going to mention some names. You can be big in, let's say, Crowd One. I think I hear that's a thing these days. It's a big thing. Crowd One is one thing. There's a thing called, what's that other one? FX, Cash FX. It's also a thing that you can do. Carrot bars. It doesn't matter where you are. You can come onto Laptop Lifestyle Secrets Investors Club, and you can join this program because there are no referral fees there. This is absolutely, you will open an account with this man I'm going to introduce to you just now. I met him about 4 years ago, and ever since, we didn't have much contact with each other. Here and there, a WhatsApp and so on. So we knew each other, and we know that, you know, he knows that we're busy always with something, and we knows that he's busy. But he will maybe just say part of his story if he wants to. And so we just hooked up with him again in November of last year, and he said he's going to do his own thing now. And we started to look at this, and this year we looked at it again. I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe everything happens why it should happen at the right time. So I must say, if we wanted to do this last year in November, when we started to chat again about the way forward, I don't think we would have had what we have now. I think you will agree with me, person. So I'm going to introduce to you guys Koos van Schoor. Koos, please unmute yourself. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so that people can see your face. Please unmute yourself. Welcome, Koos. Please tell us what it is that we offer our clients. Anybody that comes here from all over the world can join us here, and the floor is yours. Koos, thank you very much.
Thank you, Frona, for that introduction. You guys can see me, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So just very, very quickly, I don't want to bore you with a long history about myself, but I was in a professional environment. I come from an engineering analytical background, and about 13 years ago, someone introduced me to the wonderful world of trading. And I asked many questions, and the one question, or the most important question, was, how does one make money in this environment? And what they told me was, you place a trade, and you along with that trade, you determine how much profit you want to make, and then you place a take profit, and you place a stop loss, so that if it goes against you, you don't lose too much money. And that's how you do this. And that didn't sound to me as being good odds. And I don't want to actually use that word, because then it sounds like gambling, which it isn't if you do it correctly. But that's where the journey started 13 years ago, and I decided that the traditional way of trading and trading Forex, or then CFDs, other instruments, I believe that one could possibly improve your chances of making profit with this, and then the rest followed. So Frana, before I just jump in and start talking, just maybe to stop there for a moment and say that's where it started, and today we've got something very exciting to offer you.
Awesome. Thank you, Koos. Thank you very much. So can I just tell the people what we have? Because I'm so excited, I just want to tell everybody. Yes,
you're welcome. You're going to tell them, right?
I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to tell you,
right.
I'm going to show you. Okay, so let me share the screen again. I'm going to show you what we have. So those of you guys who took this link last week, you can just go to the same link. Just go in front of the F and just backspace that LLS and that hyphen, and you enter, and you will be on the page that introduces you to StratBuilder automated trading. Okay, so you guys are welcome to come and join this program. I already joined it. I must just check. I checked earlier, Chris. I'm still waiting for my deposit to show, but then I'm going to be linked up. Okay, so we can go into detail now. You guys can ask questions and so on. So I'll just go through this real quick. So it's automated trading, and Chris, please just explain what this means if we get to that point. It's StratBuilder. It's Chris's product. So
Right.
yes.
So just to continue where I stopped, you guys will know if you've ever been on a trading website, and nowadays, you know, these brokers that offer trading opportunities, they're actually compelled to print the stats of how many people lose money on these websites, on these platforms. I mean, they're actually compelled to print that on their websites. And if you go onto any of these websites for the average online broker, you'll see some really bad numbers there. You'll see that it's typically above 70%. It's probably closer to 80% of all manual traders, layman manual traders. I just want to put that in perspective. Surely there are some traders who do this professionally. They've been trained to do this very well. They've got teams behind them who you know, assist them to make decisions on the direction of the market and all that. And they do this professionally for the banks and the financial institutions. But we're not them. We are layman traders. I include myself there. Most of us do this on a part-time basis. It's become a full-time business for me a few years ago. But it used to be a part-time, and if you join tonight, it's probably going to be a part-time thing for you as well. So when we mention these stats about 8 out of 10 manual traders being unsuccessful, those are the traders that we're referring to, the layman trader. So that's a very bad statistic. And then what happened is we came up with a thought, just to go back to that start 13 years ago, that maybe we will improve our chances of making a success of this if we don't trade with a single trade and we allow multiple trades to open. And then when these multiple trades achieve a profit percentage, then we close them all at the same time. That was the concept. And we did that initially, we did that manually. And it worked very well. We saw good profits using this strategy, but we were glued to our screens. The issue was that once these trades start to open, then you can't walk away from it, you can't leave it. You've got to stay there until you're out of all of these trades. So it had its downside as well. So the next logical thought was, if this works well, then why don't we code it? Why don't we program it so that a computer can do this for us? And we did. And we believed that, you know, if you build all these controls into software, then that's the answer. And then you just automate the whole thing and you just stand back and you just enjoy the profits. And lo and behold, that doesn't work that well either, because market conditions change, market rhythms change. So one's got to adapt to changing market conditions. And if you don't change your strategy, which is not a good idea, once you've got a good strategy that you're working with, you might want to just change your parameters when market conditions and rhythm changes. So if the answer then is not manual trading and it's also not fully automated trading, what is it then? And the solution that we came up with is semi-automated trading. And we had our client base trade this strategy with our software. So it's software that does most of the activities on the screen for you. And then our clients intervene from time to time and just close the odd trade here and there. And those are the ones against the trend that remain behind, because we also, for those of you familiar with these terms, we also don't use stop losses. So our previous model, this is prior to what we're going to be presenting to you tonight, was for our client to have to intervene, not on a too regular basis, but to have a look at their screen every now and then and to close the odd trade against the trend, complement what the software is doing. This again worked very, very well, but still our client had to provide an input. And you know, when planes were still in the air and you're off the grid for a couple of hours, then that becomes a problem. So what we're presenting you tonight is our next step forward in this development journey that we've been on, where we're doing exactly what our clients used to do up until November of last year still, where they use the software and then intervene, and they had to rent the software, by the way, and they had to rent a VPS, a virtual private server, to run this on. We've now come up with a MAM model. Now, that's not something unique. All of these traders, or most trader companies, offer this as an option. We've just now embraced this as part of our solution, in the sense that that whole scenario that I've just sketched, where the software does most of the trading, and the trader has to intervene now and then. We do that on a lead account now, and we offer to our clients to link to that lead account, and then everything just copies onto their account. So it's a form of copy trading, and it just executes on their account automatically. So from the client's perspective, it looks like everything is fully automated, but it actually isn't. It's a semi-automated solution being executed on a lead account, and then it executes on all the client accounts following. And here's the best part. Because we've got this structure in place now, our client doesn't have to rent the software any longer or subscribe to the software, because it was a rental model. So your upfront cost to get involved here is zero, nothing. The only money that you'll be taking out of your pocket is your investment when you open your account with the broker, is to take all of what you've got and put that in your investment account or your trading account with the broker, and start earning an income. And how we then earn our income from this solution that we're offering to our clients is we share profits with our clients. And we've got some more detail around that we can talk about a little bit later on. But then, just for you at this stage to know that it's not going to cost you anything to get involved. We trade in US dollars, and it's only going to cost you some of your profits when you make profit. So that's kind of a fair arrangement, isn't it? Only when you make profit, you will be giving away a part of that to ourselves, offering you this solution. Otherwise, there's no cost of business to this scenario. Frans?
Yes, Chris. Awesome. So when you say you don't need to put any money in to join it, there's no, as I said when I introduced this, there's no joining fee, there are no referral commissions and stuff like that. You as a client get the profits, and as Chris just said, you will then it's a profit share model. And when you say the hour, that is Chris and his company, they share the profits with you guys, with us, you know. So I don't know if you Chris, do you just want to share that you know, what the profit share ratio is? We can, if we don't mind.
Right. So the trader that we make use of is ArbiTrade. They're also regulated in South Africa and a couple of other countries, and they administer this profit sharing process. So we sign an agreement between the client and ourselves. The term they use for what we do, for the service that we offer, is we are referred to as the trading agent, and then the client is the account holder. So the account holder and the trading agent enter into an agreement, and that performance fee is actually the term that they use. That performance fee is set on 25%. So the client retains 75% of the profits. This is on a monthly basis, and it's a calendar month, not a rolling month. It's a calendar month. From the first day of the month, or first trading day of the month, to the last trading day of the month. And then ArbiTrade's systems calculate on equity. And there's some detail that we can discuss later on. So let's just say your net growth for now, just to make this fully understandable. So ArbiTrade's systems, they calculate a net growth for the month on the account holder's account. And then by the end of the month, they take 25% of that, they withdraw 25% of the profits in that account. That comes to us, and the 75% of the profits the client retains.
Okay, Chris, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna check out the chat box if there is any questions. If there are any questions, so guys, on this page you will get all the information. There is a video that's about half an hour long. This video will answer all of your questions. If you, after you've checked this video, you still have questions, you can reach out to us. We will in future have online support on our website, LLSinvestorsclub.com. So the support will be able to answer all your questions. That's how that will work. We're still busy with that. If you then click on this, you will see at the bottom left, there's no links in this. This will just take you to the bottom to say that take you through the page. But just show you, just real quick, it's a simple 3-step process. You will register your account, follow the steps in the process. You will verify your MAM agreement with StratBuilder, the company, which is Quis, and you will fund with a minimum of $500. You can top up with $100. The AvaTrade allows you to add funds. You need 500 or more to get in. If you can do 1,000, it will be actually better for the trading, from a trading point of view. Chris can explain that if he wants to. But then you can also add, if you follow what we teach you guys in LLS Investors Club, is to invest on a monthly basis. So you can add onto your account, like $100 every month or whatever. There's just some more information about that. And then when you go and click here, I'll click here just now. Chris, you wanted to say something?
I was just thinking, Frana, before we go into the process of setting up the account, maybe that short little 2-minute video at the top will answer some of the questions. I saw someone was asking what type of returns are we looking at, and that is covered in here in this 2-minute introductory video at the top.
Okay, I will play this video real quick. I don't know how the sound works, so you guys are not going to hear the sound. Go to the actual website on your computer, then there's nice sound that's going with this video.
All right.
But just check
Frana,
out.
let me just answer that question then.
Yeah, I'm just going to play it. But the sound doesn't go through. You can talk, Chris.
All right. So let's just wait for the next screen. So this I've mentioned. It is basically software that we use and that we combine that. And I've explained this concept of how we started out, through the different phases of development, and we came to the conclusion eventually that the better solution is a combination of the software and what we bring to the table in terms of our skills base. And then just in our previous model, all of these activities on the left used to be performed by the software. And that's why we called it a semi-automated solution. And then there was limited trader input and a very, very successful model with great returns. And we're getting to the returns just now on the 2 slides from here. But then now with the MAM arrangement, the multi-account management solution, all of that on the left is now plus what the trader used to bring to the table is now covered in this. And from our client's perspective, it's actually fully automated now. There's no client intervention required. And then if we go to the next slide, this is where we talk about the returns. I'm wondering whether you can just pause it there, Frana, so we can have a look at it. Or yeah, thank you. So these are our actual returns recorded from November 19. Now I have to explain something here. We remember this previous model that I was referring to, where our clients actually provided some input, where they had to intervene somewhat. During that phase, we decided to start publishing our results on our Facebook page, and maybe just now we can just click there and go and have a quick look. But we started out with that model requesting our clients, those of them who were willing to do this, to send in their results on a weekly basis. And then we would publish a median, not an average, a median of a representative sample of these results. But you can imagine now the results are not all the same because everybody didn't respond to these WhatsApps exactly at the same time. So when you go to the Facebook page, you'll see two different formats of reporting. There will be these initial tables with the client results, and then it switches over to a more analytical approach with a graph and everything that shows you more detailed information on the MAM. Because now on the MAM, that's the multi-account management solution, everybody's result is the same who starts on the same date. It's not true that everybody's result is the same in the sense that our clients started on different dates. But if they all were to start on the same date, then the result would be exactly the same. So the weekly result is exactly the same in terms of a percentage. Everybody's got different amounts in their accounts, but in terms of percentage, our weekly return is the same. If I made 5% on my account, then my clients also made 5%. So in terms of planning, and Frana, I was looking at those numbers that you were sharing with us earlier on, and that's beautiful. Those returns are really very nice, those MTI returns. Our returns for the last couple of months, starting November last year, and why I'm going back to November is that's when we made the last adjustments to our current strategy. So to compare apples with apples, one has to say what happened since November. So we've got a few months, and you can see those results on the screen. If you go to the website that Frana's created, and you can click there, you'll see a bigger version of this. Of course, it'll be more legible. You can easily read it then. It actually was more than 5% per month, but we like to suggest to our client, and you can see there, if you were to have started with $1,000, these are actual numbers, right? These are not projections, these are actual numbers. If you were to have started with $1,000 in November, 1st of November, you would have had, and this was last month, it's not this month, so this is lagging with the month, you would have had 1.6 already, so you would have had more than 60% returns. But still, saying that to one another now, I always suggest to our client who does some planning, who runs a spreadsheet on compound growth, and who wants to understand what sort of percentage to work with from an expectation perspective on a monthly basis, I would always suggest rather go for 5%. When you do your planning, when you set your expectations, set it on 5% per month, which is a huge figure, by the way. If you make 5% per month, we've just looked at those spreadsheets of runners earlier on. Your compound growth calculation there is just staggering. 5% per month, by the way, gives you an excess of 70% per year. And if you go closer to 10%, which is what we've been doing here, it's closer to 10 on the historic numbers. If you start factoring that in, then you get to something in excess of 200% a year. So our results are very satisfying. We're doing very well, and we've been doing consistently so for quite some time. Having said that, you will notice that in between we have those negative months as well, and one's got to be careful just not to get overly excited about the fact that we're doing these high percentages and then not realize that in between there might be a negative month or a month with a lower return, because this is not an investment account that's paying interest, it's a trading account. So things go up and down, but if you see a nice growth curve like this is really something to get excited about. Frana, I think that's about what we were able to share here in terms of this little video. I just thought when I saw that question from one of the participants that maybe this you can just go to this little video afterwards for the detailed numbers.
Yes, I think everyone can just go to the website and check it out for themselves. But something you said that's really important, I think I'll start using that language when I present MTI also, is that it's not an investment account, it's a trading account. The same with MTI, it's a trading account. I think that's really important to just reiterate that. Because if you have an investment account, they will then, have certain figures that they promise you, and then they go and these big insurance companies, and then they, in any case, never get to that. So yeah, I think that's important. Yes, so that's basically that, guys. You can go through that. If you go then, and at the bottom, you'll see at the bottom when you click on this link, it will then take you to the setup page. Now, I made this video just now before this webinar, and I uploaded it. I hope it's already uploaded and ready to go. Because we were so excited, everything worked out and we were able to have everything right and ready for this webinar. Now the internet is very slow again. Oh, no, man. No, man. Okay, there we go. So this is the setup process. So you will be able to go through this video. This video will explain to you exactly how to do your setup. It's still loading. I don't know. Hope you guys can still hear me. Something is very slow here. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Can hear you, Frana.
Okay, so I think my internet is very slow. It doesn't even load this. So in any case, this is a video that will explain to you guys how to do the setup. This is a step-by-step setup process. So just go through this video, maybe open it in 2 tabs and pause it and go through it. It's actually in the first time you do something, it feels difficult and so on. It's not difficult, it's just new stuff. So just make sure about this, especially this red stuff. Yes, Chris.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just thought I'd mention something while you're talking about the setup for our community. Just to know that this is not a technical setup process where you've got to have some knowledge of some other platform or trading environment or anything. It's a very basic website process where you just register and create an account. So these steps are really, really very easy to follow.
So it's like opening a Facebook profile or a new, opening a new Gmail account or something like that. Yeah, so it's really easy. You guys can just go through this. Go through this setup. The video will also explain that in detail. And once you're done with that, you can come back here, follow the steps here to download the mobile app and connect your account on mobile. And then I would suggest that all of you just go and like Koos's Facebook page. So just click on this link. It will then take you to the Facebook page, the StratBuilder Facebook page. And if you guys see here, I already liked it. I'm following. So there we go. And then, Koos, you every week you give the latest week results in here. You guys can just join the Facebook group, because this is where you will get your information and your communication from StratBuilder.
Yes, Frana, we don't really post other information there. It's on a weekly basis. We post the results for the prior week.
Yeah.
And so that's the place to go to see the numbers.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's not like MTI back office where you can check your, view your statement every day. This is where you'll see it, and obviously on your phone, and also in your AvaTrade, platform. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if anybody else have any questions. I'm going to stop my share screen here. Koos, thank you very much. Any questions? Anybody, any questions? Then we can answer them, and we can leave you guys to start opening your accounts. The trader has got 24 hours to verify your account. So I started my setup on Monday to go through the process of setting it up so that I can have an idea. So last night I was ready to pay over the deposit, and you will see in the video I also mentioned that there's a plan B also, but just check out the video. So I think by tomorrow my deposit will show and my account will be linked up with a MAM. I'm quite excited to have this extra income stream. Koos, thank you very much.
Yeah, Frana, thank you. Looking forward to making this journey together.
Yeah, and I believe I believe this is something good for all our members also, for the simple reason that it's not a recruiting, model. It's a thing that you can start off on your own and start growing wealth at it, in a second stream of income.
There's actual profits being generated. It's the income is not derived of a network marketing, referral income stream.
Yes. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, guys, thank you very much. Are there any questions? You guys are welcome to unmute yourselves, ask any questions if you want to ask questions. If you guys want me to go into the business side of MTI, I'm not going to do it tonight because I am doing a training session on Saturday. So Saturday morning at 10 to 10:45, I will do a training session on MTI investor, as an investor. So what you need to know to be an investor, and how it works for an investor. Then we'll take a 15-minute break, and at 11 I'll start with a training session for the business owners, which I put out an hour and a half for that. So I want to stay to that and keep to that time, because it's also my daughter's birthday on Saturday. So I want to spend some time with her also, because I believe family at the end of the day is the most important people in our lives. And we need to, have a balance between all the balls, So I'm going to say goodbye. And you guys, tomorrow morning, I'll send out the links for Saturday's training. Then I'll see you guys on the training. Okay, thank you very much. Guys must have a
Thanks, Rana. Thanks, guys.
Be good.
Keep well, eh?
Be blessed. Okay, cheers.